Welcome back. Helping a Tremont Church support our community, here with the details on an upcoming fundraiser for the St. Augustine Community Cupboard and Closet. Please welcome Maria Boyer and Deacon Chris DePenty. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you so much for having us.
It is our pleasure, and what you do for the community is amazing. For those who don't know what all St. Augustine does, I think it's important for us to first explain that so we know why we want to support and help.
Yes. Well, as outreach coordinator, I manage the cupboard and closet, and then I also provide assistance with people trying to find housing or help with a utility or two. So we do a lot of outreach in the community, and we have for the past 100 years or so.
It is amazing, and I was looking at how many people you helped last year. It was over 13 or 14,000 people?
Yes, over 13,000 people, in our community cupboard and closet, yes.
And the way that you do this, Deacon Chris, I mean, you make it so that people feel very comfortable coming to you for assistance. I mean, there's a lot of dignity and respect that comes along with this process.
Right, so ironically, it started 4 years ago. The pastor had asked me to start a food pantry from scratch there, and I didn't know anything about food pantries. So I went to a couple local food pantries to talk to the people that were running them to get some ideas and best practices. But I didn't feel like I was getting the entire picture. I felt like if I was going to serve the marginalized community that's struggling and having food insecurity and that kind of thing, I should probably engage that community. So I did something completely different. I spent 3 months traveling all around Northeast Ohio, greater Cleveland area, and I went to every outreach ministry that I could find. But this time, I stood outside and I interviewed the people as they were coming out. I said, what did you like? What didn't you like? What needs were met? What needs weren't met?
I wish everyone was more like this in life. Wow, keep going.
Yeah, so I mean, I knew I was onto something when the very first young lady I interviewed, she had these just desperate eyes, and she said, you know what I really need is feminine products. And I thought, oh my gosh. And then I was at another place, and there was where they just give people like bags of food. And this homeless veteran, as I was interviewing him, he opened up his bag, he looked in there, and he looked at me, he said, I don't have a can opener. And then I talked to a woman who was on food stamps, and I said, explain to me how it works, because I don't understand. And she said, the challenge with food stamps is you can only get food with food stamps. You can't get a roll of toilet paper, toothbrush, toothpaste, laundry detergent. And the one thing that so many people said to me was, you know, you're the first person to ever engage us in this way and ask us these questions. And I thought, okay, I've got to do something completely different. So I had a vision where we would not only offer food, but we would offer household items and personal hygiene items. They should be able to choose their items. And the most important thing was we would do it recognizing their dignity and humanity. So I put some information out on social media and some bulletins saying, hey, I got this idea. Anybody who wants to join me, help me. We had an information day. Like over a dozen people from all walks of life showed up and said, we love your idea and your vision. And I said, but help me make it. And Maria was one of those people. And
I love it. Maria, well, first of all, what are some of the images we're seeing right now?
This is Chris's vision realized by that group of volunteers. So this is our community cupboard, and then I think there's also a picture of our closet. And we named it Community Cupboard because we wanted to remove that stigma of a food pantry, of going to a food pantry. So we wanted to make it very enjoyable to shop in. They check in, they get a basket, they are able to move around and choose their products. We help them, we encounter with them, we engage with them, and that becomes the connection that so often is lacking in their lives. They aren't seen, and we see them.
And I feel like it never should define someone. They never should feel it's not a weakness to ask for help.
No.
And we've seen so many people who have everything in life who at one point had nothing. I mean, it doesn't define who you are or what you will be. So to ask for that help is so important. And I know sometimes people want to help your cause. They don't know how to help necessarily. So this is one of the ways, right? This wonderful fundraiser you're doing on the 15th of November.
Definitely, yes. This is our biggest area of support for us, is our fall fundraiser. This is our third annual. and it's proven to be a wonderful night of food and fun, basket raffles, sideboards, you name it, we've got it. You're going to have a wonderful time and supporting a wonderful cause. And if people are, all our donations are private, individuals, foundations, but we take no government money for this, and it costs a lot. A lot of these things are not donated. So much of our clothing is, but not the food and the products that we provide for them, cleaning products and things.
It's amazing. You never know when you might end up in a situation. So to help the cause when you can, I think is beautiful. You
Yes.
do every month. You're helping with the food, with these items as well.
Yes, yes.
Finding them homes. What you do is wonderful in our community, and you can always go to their website if you want to learn more. How maybe you can help if you want. I'm sure volunteers. You probably need those
Yes,
as well.
oh yes, we
Please.
do.
So
Yes,
there's so much
please.
we can
Yes.
help with. And it's such a deserving cause. Thank you both for being here today. Check out that wonderful event fundraiser they're having on the 15th.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
guys.